How's it going, everybody, and welcome back. Today we have our typical video where I have another decent stack, all DC Silver Age. This one is almost 80% all Silver Age Green Lantern. There's a little bit of Aquaman in there, as well as one very, very fine Plastic Man issue. As I mentioned in my last video, that is a series I'm trying to hunt down more in very fine, kind of near mint minus grade. Whereas a lot of my other DC titles, I'm kind of bulking for the most part right now, just getting most of the runs started, and then I'm just happy to have them, and I'll fill in issues here or there. But I have a few runs, Plastic Man is one of them, that I'm then being a little bit choosier with the issues I get. That way they're kind of coming in. I'm not trying to complete the whole run. There's just certain covers in the series that I think are amazing, and I would love to have them, and I want them at a little bit higher grade. And there's actually going to be maybe one more decent-sized haul video after this, and I should be cutting back a bit in terms of how much is coming in. I'm trying to be a little choosier with my buys, that way I can hunt down some of the bigger books I've wanted. I've been splurging a little bit, getting into my smaller runs I've had going on. DC Silver Age, I think I have 6 different long boxes right here in front of me that are just miscellaneous DC Silver Age titles I've been filling out. So we're going to take a little bit of a break from the bulk buying and just kind of get back to focusing on the big books, and then we'll get back into this. So I have this batch right here. I have one more decent-sized batch of mostly DC Silver Age and Golden Age war books that I actually got from one of Mint Hunter Comics' last claim sales he just did. Typically, I am not a war book guy, but as you guys have seen, I've been getting more and more into the series Blackhawk, and I really, really love those books. I love the covers off of that, and that war aesthetic is kind of grown on me a bit, so I've gotten, I think, 3 or 4 different war book titles, all in a huge batch that I snagged from his claim sale, and same thing I've mentioned before, they might not all be keepers. It's kind of a trial and error. See what I'm really into. If I just want to enjoy something for a little bit, then get rid of it, like I said, that catch and release. Or if I fall in love with them, they end up sticking with the PC long term. But we'll do those books in the next video. So for now, let's get to the DC superhero stack. All right, we are going to start this video off with Plastic Man issue 10. And as I mentioned, every single time I get one of these issues, this just demonstrates everything I've been talking about with how fun and wacky these covers are. This just takes it that extra step further, where it is an awesome black DC Silver Age cover, and I am always a huge fan of the black covers. This one especially, you can see how much the red and the yellow is just popping off of that book, and this is an absolutely gorgeous copy of the 2 Plastic Mans fighting right there on the cover. Really, really awesome book. Happy to have that one in the collection now. That's going to be a nice, beautiful copy. All right, next up, most of you are probably familiar with this book, World's Finest 153. This is a lower grade, but I got it specifically because this is the classic meme of Batman slapping Robin. And I have always wanted to grab this issue just to read it, and now I have a copy. Now I've read it, I feel complete, and it's just that much cooler having the book and being able to flip through whenever I want to see that classic page that meme is from. Again, of Batman just slapping Robin right across the face. And it's one more in my World's Finest run. All right, and then, as I mentioned, I was going to start dipping into Aquaman, and that begins with this next string of books. Here we have issue 36. And again, I'm not positive, but I think almost all, if not all, the issues I snagged, I was lucky enough that they were Nick Cardy covers. I'm not sure how long of a run he had on Aquaman. I'm still kind of delving and dipping my toes into Aquaman, but this is another gorgeous cover. I love the shading and the expression on the face right there. Really cool Aquaman cover. Then we're going to go right into issue 10, so a little bit earlier. Here you have this giant water sprite on the cover. You got Aquaman, Aqualad leaping out of his grip right there. This one is, again, just really, really awesome because I mentioned I love anything that plays with size on Silver Age. So something's bigger than it should be, smaller than it should be. It's just one of those little niche covers I love to collect. So the fact that it's Aquaman and has that just makes it even better. This is another classic cover that I had been wanting to snag from the run. When I was doing my research and delving in which covers I wanted to start tackling, this one was right up there with issue 21, another gorgeous, mostly black cover. I know there's a lot of color going on below, but because of the overall background up top, I'm still going to count it. So here you have this giant, distorted, what they consider just ugly, awful Aquaman, who is tearing up Atlantis because of his sheer size. Really awesome, cool, fun cover. Like I said, this was high up on my list for books I wanted to get in the Aquaman run. Happy that that was in the claim seal and I was able to snag that. All right, next up we have issue 50. This one, honestly, it has a little bit of like staining, a little bit of tanning here and there, but overall, it would be so much better, but somebody put a 19-cent sticker over the 15-cent on the book. The only saving grace is that it doesn't bug me too much because at least that sticker blends in where it's almost the same color as the cover. So if I happen upon a better copy, I might upgrade it, but I'm actually completely happy with this one being the copy I have for my collection. So another really, really awesome Aquaman cover right there. Like I said, I only have a few of these, so this is the last one I was able to snag from this haul. This is issue 56, Aquaman and the Creature That Devoured Detroit. Really, really, really awesome giant monster cover. Aquaman, the monster, right over the entire cityscape below. It's just, anytime we have cityscape covers, they're always really cool, really fun. And this has a really cool date stamp going across the top. As I mentioned before, I am actually a fan of date stamps, as long as they're not overly huge or distract from the overall art of the cover. So really happy to have that issue. All right, next up, nothing but Green Lantern. We're going to kick it off with issue 12. Most of these are mid to low grade, with a very fine exception here or there. Again, I had a little bit of a Green Lantern collection, and this was just a good chance to kind of fill in some issues that I had been looking for but weren't super high on my list, so they're great filler run issues for a great price. Then we're going to go right into issue 19 right here. Super cool cover of Green Lantern using his ring to draw himself battling someone else. So again, really, really awesome cover right there. Then we have this nice bright yellow cover with issue 26, Star Sapphire Unmasked Green Lantern. Again, you can never go wrong with a really, really awesome yellow cover like that. All right, so then we have issue 28. The shark goes on the prowl again. And this one, I just really, really love that almost sunset, sunrise-esque, the way that the dark orange fades into that yellow. Really, really awesome, cool Silver Age cover. And Green Lantern in general is a run that I'm looking to get into more, and I want to actually read as much of it as I can. I think the lore and the world building that I've heard about for Green Lantern is because I want good stories above all else. And everybody I know that is a Green Lantern fan is hardcore because of the stories, the storytelling, the lore building, all the characters. They love it because of that. So that is one of the reasons why I started picking up Green Lantern and why I want to actually start reading and going deep diving into it. Here we have issue 32. Just another really, really awesome, cool cover right here. Again, one of the main ones I wanted from the run. And back to the world building, that same reason is why I want to get a lot more into Swamp Thing. Because I love the lore of the green, the red, the rot, and all of that they've really pushed it, how they've tied Animal Man into all that. And I love every time something adds to the lore of a character like that. So Swamp Thing and Green Lantern are two of the main ones why I'm looking to pick them up more. So here we have issue 33, another awesome, bright, dark red cover right here. Wizard of the Lightwave Weapons. Really awesome fight cover. You can never go wrong with a nice battle cover, especially if it's the Silver Age. Exhibit A right here. So this is an awesome fight cover. That hook coming right across, the character almost coming back at you off that page. You have that orangish reddish background fading into that orange right around the character. It also dips into that robot cover, which again is super cool, that his fist is literally coming right off. This is one of the coolest covers that I was able to pick up, that it's in a decent shape. It's really fun. It's robot. The colors are great. Really awesome Green Lantern cover right there. Then we have, and this one I actually bought a duplicate because I forgot I snagged this one. Issue 46. Just a really cool classic cover right here. Green Lantern's body being carried out. The day he died, Green Lantern became a living legend. Really happy to have it, and even happier that I have a better copy for the collection now. And this next is another one. I was on 2 different claim sales, and I wasn't sure if I won it in one, so I picked it up in the other, and it turns out I did. So I have 2 copies of issue 49, The Dazzler. Who is he? What is he? And here's a good example you can tell of colors coming off of the press. The one on the right is clearly much darker of a red, very vibrant. Whereas the one on the left, you can tell definitely has a lot more orange hues to it. So both of them are honestly in close to the same shape, where they're really decent, actually. These are a couple of the more higher grade out of all these books for Green Lantern. So really happy to have a couple of variations. I'll either pick one for the collection, get rid of the other, or maybe I'll hang on to both. I haven't decided yet. And going through all of these now just makes me realize how many red orange covers Green Lantern has, because in my very small little stack, there is an overwhelming amount, and it is just, they pop every single time. Probably because of how much his green suit goes complementary with that red is why they chose it, but either way, issue 51 right here, another awesome, cool cover. He's sitting there battling these giants. Again, Silver Age, no matter what the title is, they're just beautiful. And again, another case in point, issue 53, this close-up of this giant alien head right here. I love that you have him in the eye, that the head takes up the entire page. You got these snowy mountains in the background, and of course, one of my personal favorites, Infantino and Anderson cover, so it makes sense why I was attracted to it. And purple background, of course. Everybody that's been watching the channel for a bit knows I'm always a sucker for a good purple cover. Issue 57, really awesome dark black space background where the stars and the solar systems are really just coming off the page at you. The giant hand pointing at him, taking up the forefront of the page. Really awesome, cool Silver Age Green Lantern right there. And then going back, like I said, where I love my black dark covers, we have issue 58. This one's more of a mid-grade copy, but not bad. This one, just because of how much black cover and dark covers pop, the higher grade they are, I would like to upgrade if I do find a better one, but for now, it's a nice mid-grade copy. Really awesome. I just love everything they did with that, where it's almost like the negative of him, much larger right there. Really cool. And again, none of these I've read yet, so I have no idea story-wise what's going on. I'm just like Aquaman, dipping my toes into Green Lantern more and more. And sticking with that theme of the awesome red covers that apparently he's so fond of, issue 60 right here, Spotlight on the Lamplighter. Really awesome, cool, where it's just the silhouette of Lamplighter on that dark red background. Green Lantern's face taking up that whole half of the page, sweat dripping from his brow, the expression on his face. Really awesome cover. Another one of my favorites from this particular haul, we have issue 62. And again, I just love that black background, the colors they chose, how much that neon just pops off the page. You've got his green ring taking up a vast corner. The blue hues they used on one of the bad guys. The green-yellow hues they have on the other two. And of course that yellow-orange for himself. All of these color variations just make it pop off that black background that much more, and it's just an awesome, amazing cover. All right, another one of my personal favorites in this collection, just because of I love the layout, I love the perspective. You got what looks to be a bunch of evil kids just chucking food at him. The way he's drawn so disheveled, But this is issue 66, 5708 AD, a nice year to visit, but I wouldn't want to live then. So another awesome, cool cover, and again, sticking with that dark red-orange theme background. Yeah, it's amazing to me. They must have just figured out, you know what really works with green? This red-orange. Let's use it for all of them. But now we have the last issue of the day with number 78, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, nice 15-cent issue. This, again, with that yellow background popping off of there, and seeing both Green Arrow and Black Canary on the cover, this is just giving me flashbacks to the Justice League animated show that I loved, where these characters were much more prevalent. So as I get more and more of these issues, I am going to be super excited to actually start delving in and reading. I also might pick up a couple omnibuses just so I can kind of get into it ahead of time, but Green Lantern, I'm a little late to, but I'm getting into now, and I'm really loving all the books I've gathered so far. So that is everything we are going to have for today. All right, everybody, so there we have it. Another just small little haul video with a lot of Green Lantern, Aquaman, my next Plastic Man issue. The kind of annoying thing is I have one more on the way that I just picked up that I'll probably have to do what I did with this and sneak it into my War Book haul video. So that's everything I have for right now. Next video, we go over Golden Age, Silver Age war books. So if you're into that, we got something huge on the way. Even if you're not, because I was not until very, very recently. And these books, when you see a lot of the detail and the expressions they have on these war book covers, that is honestly what drew me to them more than anything. That more so than the use of color. It's just the expressionism, the detail on them is fantastic. So until next time, thank you guys for tuning in.